Hi everyone, my name is Do. I'm the leader of confidential computing research at Huawei Munich Research Center. And today I would like to introduce Huawei Qingtian Enclave, one of confidential computing services we provided in Huawei Cloud. This is the outline of my talk today. First, I want to highlight the concept of confidential computing and why at Huawei Cloud we investigate on it. And next, I will present one of our confidential computing services, namely Qingtian Enclave. And finally, I will give a demo about it. Nowadays, the user make use of cloud to process their data or deploy their services. And normally, the input data might contain sensitive information such as the healthcare record or even the bank transaction information. And at the first step is the user to upload the data to the cloud and using the cloud services like Apache Spark, TensorFlow, or MySpark machine learning services in Huawei Cloud to process the data. And uh, the user may face some security threats. For example, the cloud services, for example, the services I just mentioned, is all software. So they could have the vulnerabilities and that can be exploited by the attacker. And moreover, these services is deployed on top of system software such as operating system or hypervisor. And they also may have the vulnerabilities. And this whole software stack is built on top of hardware, and hardware itself also have vulnerability. And as the cloud provider, we have to think how to protect our customer data from this security threat. And in another, the word is how to enhance the trust from the cloud customers. Recently, there are emerging computing paradigms that can help to achieve the goal called confidential computing. So confidential computing is not only protect data during the transit, but also at rest and also during the computation. So basically, it's not only protect the user data when the user upload to the uh, cloud, for example, in the storage system. And in storage system, we perform kind of encryption for the input data, but also when it load to the memory, it will be fully protected. And to achieve this guarantee is confidential computing normally rely on the trusted execution environments, also the trusted computing technology to achieve certain security property, including data confidentiality, data integrity, and also code integrity. And currently, there are many vendors provide trusted execution environment technology, for example, from Intel with Intel HGX and Intel TDIs, and also AMD with AMD at EV, SNB, and ARM Trust Zone, ARM CCA. And at the Huawei Cloud, we are working to see how we can put the product of Huawei in this table and build the confidential computing services for our customers. And in fact, Huawei is a member of confidential computing consortium to work in this direction. So before I present Qingtian Enclave, let me explain the threat model. So in the confidential computing market right now, we can classify two types of confidential computing services. For example, in Intel HGX, it's focused on the application level. So it provides isolations at the application level. So basically, what you need to touch is the enclave and also the hardware. And when we move on to the technology like MD at EV, Intel TDI, or ARM CCA, so it tries to provide the confidential virtual machine. So the trusted computing base will be extended so that we can establish the trust to the whole VM. And the third type of confidential computing is AWS Nitro Enclave. So basically, what we need to trust is not only the hardware itself, but also the hypervisor. And in Qingtian Enclave, we share the thread model with AWS Nitro Enclave. So we build the system based on our own hardware and also our software. We call it the Qingtian hypervisor to provide the isolation of application inside virtual machine. And this isolation will be enhanced or enforced by the secure lightweight hypervisor. Now, let me present high-level architecture of Qingtian Enclave. Qingtian Enclave is a new confidential computing services deployed as the ECS instance of VMs in Huawei Cloud. In addition to the isolation between the VMs or instance deployed the same host in clouds, Qingtian Enclave technology also provide another isolation between the parent VM and the enclave, as you can see in the figure in the slide here. And it allows user to create isolated compute environments from other ECS instance or the VMs, including the parent VM. So basically, a Qingtian Enclave is a VM that is isolated, had no permission storage, no interact with the outside world, and no network access. And it's a very isolated environment so that user can deploy the application and run inside the enclave, and the integrity will be fully protected. And the user with the root access to the parent VM absolutely cannot access the enclave. So the only communication between the parent VM and the enclave is via secure local visual communication. And to achieve the isolation, we built the enclave technology using the hardware and software co-design approach, and it's based on the Qingtian hardware and specifically Qingtian code. And in this talk, I will provide only the overview of the architecture. For the more detail about the Qingtian architecture and Qingtian hardware, I think it's better to provide later on in a deep dive talk. And in short, Qingtian Enclave provides several key features. First, it provides a minimal attack surface with the lightweight enclave VM. And the hypervisor will enforce the memory isolation for the Qingtian Enclave. And the one important feature that we provide in this technology is the user don't need to modify their application, or it requires only minor modification to use Qingtian Enclave. So basically, we provide all necessary library for the user to perform the communication or also remote attestation, and user can just add it on and to deploy their application inside a Qingtian Enclave running in Huawei Cloud. Next, one of the most important components in confidential computing is the remote attestations. And the architecture of remote attestation in Qingtian Enclave is quite similar with other technology provided by another companies. As the first step is the challenger will send attestation request to the Qingtian Enclave. And since the enclave is isolated and have no communication with outside, it offers only communication via the local secure vSOC. So it requires a proxy to forward the request to the enclave, and enclave set up the secure communication with the challenger via the proxy. The attestation library in the SDK, we communicate with the Qingtian security module uh, in the Qingtian card to obtain the attestation report, including all kind of measurements of the enclave. And the attestation key is generated inside of a QTSM or Qingtian security module. And Qingtian secure module, we construct a certificate signing request to the Qingtian PKI. And Qingtian PKI, we provide the certificate to sign over the report and send back to the enclave, and then the enclave using the attestation library, we send back to the challenger the site report. And with the root certificate of the BKI, the attestation report can be verified locally by the challenger. And the challenger here can be some tool from the user or the key management service from clouds. And after perform the attestation, challenger can provide the secret, for example, the decrypt key to decrypt the input data for the application run inside the Qingtian enclave. And one thing to note here is the attestation key. It never leaves the Qingtian secure modules environments, and this module we rotate attestation key every certain period of time, for example, every 2 hours. And this attestation services provided in the Qingtian enclave can be integrated with the cloud services, for example, the KMS, and also with the third-party services. And it has the open source attestation document, and it provides the size, enclave, and also the measurement information inside the attestation report. Next, I would like to explain the workflow how to use Qingtian enclave from the user perspectives. And at the beginning, the user will develop the application to deploy in Huawei Cloud. And the second step is we bake the application and its library and dependency and Qingtian SDK into the Docker image. And the next step, the user will use the Qingtian command line to convert the Docker image to Qingtian enclave image. And the image we contains all stuff like code runtime dependency and the file system needed to run the application inside Qingtian enclave. In the next step, the user will launch the Qingtian enclave using the Qingtian command line with the Qingtian enclave image. And Qingtian command line will expose all the measurement or to set up the attestation process. And the final step, the user will perform the attestation process to ensure that nobody modifies the application that running inside the Qingtian enclave. And after that, the user can provide the secret like the configuration and also encryption, decryption key for the application running inside the enclave. And they can rely on the KMS or key management system in Huawei Cloud to provide the security. And all source code of the library for Qingtian enclave we open in the links that I provided here, and you can check it out. And next, I will show the demo how to use Qingtian enclave. As the first step, let's see if the Qingtian device already enabled or not in this VM. Okay, it already enabled. And the next step, we see if the Qingtian command line already installed, cool already installed, and Qingtian command line or Qingtian tool is basically the tool we have to deploy our application to run securely inside the Qingtian enclave. And in this demo, I will show a very simple example. Basically, the Hello World application. As you can see in the script, is basically just sends repeatedly the Hello Qingtian enclave message. And in the next step, as the user the user can build the Docker image based on the Docker file. And then we just build the Docker image. And then next, we can just use the Qingtian command line to convert the Docker image to the Qingtian enclave image. After this step, basically, it will provide the user two hash values, BCR0, basically the measurement about the content of the image file. And the second measurement is the BCR-H, basically provides the measurement about the signing certificate specified for the enclave image file. And these two values will be used for during the remote attestation part. So basically, all of these steps should be done in the trusted PC. And after that, the user can upload the Qingtian enclave image to the cloud, and then be running the application in the cloud and perform the attestation to make sure is the value will not be changed, and make sure is nobody based on this we can make sure that nobody is a tamper to the Qingtian enclave image. And after that, user can provide the secret, like for example, for the key to decrypt the input data to run the application. And for this demo, I will skip the remote attestation part, and I just go straight forward and run the enclave using the enclave image. And this command line, basically, we allocate 1 GB and 2 CPU for the enclave, and using the enclave image that we just created and run with the ID number 4 and run in the debug mode. And one thing I not mentioned before is the BCR H value we show in this demo is show only the 0 value because we run in the debug mode. And there are no signing in this image. And the enclave already starts and running. And basically, we can use a Qingtian command line to see how many enclave is running in this VM. And currently, only one enclave is running. And to see what is running inside the enclave is basically because we run a debug mode, we can see using the console. As you can see what is the log inside the enclave, and basically as you can see the hello Qingtian enclave message. And in production mode, normally you cannot see it because of security reason. And to stop the enclave, basically we just run the qt enclave stop message. And yeah, as you can see, all of the options that you can run with the Qingtian command line. And that's it for the demo today. And if you want to see other demo with a complex application, for example, data analytics or machine learning, please stay tuned or check out our website. Finally, thank you for listening, and thank organizers for organizing amazing summit.